Radhe, Jaya Jaya Sri Radhe, Jaya Jaya Sri Radhe. Sunday Satsang, November 27th, 2022, Radha Kunda. So any questions? Any questions? It's questions and answers format. Next week we'll have the other class. Hey, Radha Sham. Gorahari? Yes. I remember. Okay. More questions? Yes.
I feel shy asking the first question, but I will ask it. So, I read in the book, your book, about Radha Kunda. You say you quote Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, and he says, the sweetness of Vrindavan manifested within the material world is greater than the sweetness of Vrindavan in the spiritual world. And I wanted to ask how this is. How it is.
It's a nice question. Devotees asking a question, how is the sweetness, the madhurya of Vrindavan, Bhoma Vrindavan, it's a little loud, I think. Bhoma Vrindavan is more sweet than the spiritual world, Goloka Vrindavan. Because the feature of pastimes of Krishna has here are different. In the spiritual world, it's Nitya Lila. So Krishna doesn't take birth there, doesn't grow up, and there's no killing demons. The demons are there, but just Satyanarayana says they're like holograms. And they're activated. If Krishna wants to play with a demon, they become active. In other words, the demons are also eternal in the spiritual world because they're also Krishna's parishats, assistants in his lila. Siddhanta Goswami explains sometimes Krishna wants to take a ride on the Yamuna with the gopis. Go down to Mathura, take a tour down to Mathura and come back. Not to kill Kamsa or anything, but just in Nitya Lila, this Goloka Vrindavan. So he gets on the hood of Kaliya. He rides them like a hovercraft across the English Channel. Have hovercrafts or something like that. So the gopis all get on one hood and they sit there, fasten their seatbelts on or whatever, and they ride down the Mathura and come back. And, we rent a boat in case we ride around a boat. So Krishna rides on around the head of Kaliya. So he does service, So it's said like that. The analogy he gives that Krishna's pastimes in the spiritual world are like a diamond. It's an analogy. But in the material world, like a diamond, like a diamond set in a blue sapphire ring. Imagine a ring made of blue sapphire stone. You can shape it into a ring. And in the middle of that blue sapphire, it's a diamond. So the diamond becomes more beautiful, enhanced, being surrounded by a blue sapphire. So that's the diamond and the blue sapphire is Krishna's Bhoma Vrindavan Lila. They're anything killing demons and stealing the ghosts of the gopis. He doesn't do that there. Many Leelas are gone on here. So that's what he's alluding to. But that doesn't affect the Madhurya aspect. The Madhurya aspect, Radha and Krishna's exchange of Madhurya Rati and sweetness of Rasa and Lila, it's all the same here and there. But here, Krishna kills the demons and gopis hear about it and it increases their vira ras. There's 7 secondary rasas that nourish the mukhi ras. The mukhi ras is the sthai rati of Madhurya Rati, amorous love of Krishna gopis. So chivalry, heroism, and fear, bhayam, and amazement, chamatkar, these are different guna rasas, supporting rasas, like waves on an ocean. A wave rises up, it beautifies the ocean by the presence of a wave, and then it goes down, it recedes into the ocean, disappears. So they're called Sanchari Babas, or Gonarasas. They arise in the ocean of the Sthairati, Madhurati, and they create an effect and create emotions of fear. The gopis, when Krishna kills a demon, the gopis say, wow, he's our hero. Our boyfriend's a powerful guy. He's got some weakling, you know. He goes to the gym, he's got big muscles, you know. He knocks out these guys, you know. Because even in the kunjas, and inside the kunjas, on the ceiling and the wall, Shaunam likes to collect paintings. So inside the kunja walls, there's erotic paintings of demigod Devyas and Devis having amorous union and enjoying amorous love, erotic pastimes. That's inside the kunja. But outside the walls of the kunja are paintings of Krishna killing demons. Like you go in a photo gallery, sometimes BBT has an art gallery, they show all the paintings. This is our Kaliya, Krishna killing Kaliya painting. They have all the paintings of BBT, famous paintings, illustrating different leelas. So that's outside the kunja walls. So when the gopis walk around the kunja, they think, wow, that guy's inside his kunja. He's really strong, he's really powerful. We're going to have a lot of fun with this guy, you know. He's not some 90-pound weakling, you know. So it increases their enthusiasm for amorous love. Because everything that's going on in Vrindavan is to increase Radha and Krishna's happiness and amorous love. Everything and everybody. Like Manjaris, Manjari Bab, Manjaris, their main seva, their joy, the fulfillment of the seva of Manjari is to bring Radha and Krishna together, to unite them in divine love in the Kunja Lila. This is, in the Nibark Sampradaya, that's perfection, that's all 24/7, Nitya Kunja Lila, Nibarkis. Radha and Krishna never come out of the Kunja, maybe to go bathing or something, but they're 24 hours a day. There's no Mother Yashoda, there's no cows, there's no cowherd boys. It's just the flower bed and Radha and Krishna and the Sakhis. 24/7, so it's really nice actually in a lot of ways. But somehow our Gaudiya conception, we have a broader, because everything is connected. As I said, everything, you have to connect everything to the center. Krishna goes out with the cowherd boys and the cows, not to tend cows, but as an excuse to get out of the house for 9 hours. Just like you say, Mom, I'm going to school. So you go to school at 7 o'clock in the morning, come back at 4 in the afternoon. But you didn't go to school, you went to play. You cut school, and you met your friends, you went playing. So Krishna cuts his cowherd pastimes and cuts out the Radha Kunda, spends all the time he's supposed to be tending cows, he spends the Radha Kunda with the gopis. In amorous love, Madhurya Rati. That's said, there's a verse in Nectar of Devotion, also Chaitanya Charitamrita. Ratri Krita Kunjalila Kaishwar Safala. Krishna makes his youth fruitful, safal, by Rachi Dina Kunjalila Rati Keli, by enjoying amorous love in the kunjas of Vrindavan. That's how he makes his youth successful, fruitful. This is the success of his youth, not getting a degree from Harvard University in Sanskrit or something impressive like that. His success of his youth, of his growing up, is to unite with Radharani and Kunja Lila. He's a romantic hero, dear Lalita, a romantic hero. So we have to give him that credit. He's God. He's like enjoying. He doesn't go to work. There's no work here. Karma is in the material world. And Krishna's world is all Lila Bhumi. Lila means play. La. Li means the lingata. A lingata means embrace, and la means to accept. Krishna accepts the embraces of his lovers, his mother, his brothers, his friends, and especially Radha and the gopis. Alingata means lila. Lila is how the word lila comes about. Krishna, other lords, no one's embracing the Lord. Everyone's standing and saluting, you know. Hi, O Vishnu. Hi, O Ram. Hi, O Vishnu. Jaya Sri Ram. Jaya Sri Ram. Ram. Very good. So you understand? Okay. Good question. What other question? Yeah. Yeah, go ahead, Ji.
Maybe this question was already asked a lot of time before.
No problem. We go 100 more
And
times.
it might be that there are 2 or 3 questions in one, but it's connected to Siddha Pranali, because in one sense we hear something that is revealed by the holy name, and in another sense we hear it's given by the spiritual master. And then I was reflecting, I think Bhaktivinoda Thakur write in one of his songs that the holy name will reveal my form. That
Who wrote?
Bhaktivinoda Thakur.
Yeah, I know that.
And then at the same time, as far as I'm not sure if all what I know is exact, but it seems that Bhaktivinoda Thakur also took a Babaji initiation at the end.
He didn't take Babaji, he took Siddha Pranali. Grihastas can also take Siddha Pranali. He was always Grihasta. He just kind of he didn't take renounced position of a sannyas for Babaji, but he gave up his wife and family at the end of his life and absorbed himself in his Bhakti Kuti in Calcutta, I think. He had one Calcutta Bhakti Kuti and one near Haridas Thakur Samadhi. It's ISKCON, the official ISKCON Puri temple near Haridas Thakur Samadhi. That's called Bhakti Kuti. There was a little cottage there. I saw the original cottage before ISKCON had it. It was a beautiful little cottage there, a nice property, garden, everything. And that's where he did bhajan when he was in Puri, visiting all saints and sadhus. But he left his body and was alone in his kuti in Calcutta. You're quite correct. He took Siddha Pranali from Bibhi Hari Goswami, Nityananda Parivar. So what's your question?
So the question is it like given by the spiritual master, or is it something that will be revealed? I was reflecting this, for example, the 6 Goswamis. We call them Goswamis. Did they had some Siddha Pranali?
Well, yeah, that question is often asked. So, okay, let's put them all together.
Sorry, it's maybe one after the other.
No, it's okay, no problem. So, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, like we find oftentimes, there's not consistency. The point you're bringing up, there's inconsistency, or the possibility maybe wrong translations, because usually we have to see the Bengali and see the translation is correct. Because I've gone through a lot of translations of books like Vrindavan Mahamrita and other books of my teacher, and they're all translated wrong. So just to give the benefit of the doubt to Bhaktivinoda Thakur, but we see by the example you cited a clear case of inconsistency. He himself took Siddha Pranali in a traditional way directly from a guru. He revealed the Siddha 11 symptoms of the Siddha. And he's writing a song that you're saying, which I've seen in Siddhi Lalasa, Gita Mala songbook collection of Bhaktivinoda. He says, the Holy Name reveals my form, but maybe it reveals the form that Gurudev gave. There's different ways, because, if you're given a Siddha and you're trying to see that and praying to see that, but you won't really see it till you come to Baba. So how are we going to come to Baba? We have to come to Baba by purification of the heart, and by mercy, attracting the descent of mercy. Because Baba is a ray of prema. Sriyamshu, it's a definition. Shuddha Sattva Visheshatma Sriyamshu. It says that Nectar Doshan describes what is Baba. It's Shuddha Sattva. It's pure goodness. It means it's transcendental energy has to enter the heart from a spiritual world. So how we get there? Well, the only way we can get there is by chanting Hare Krishna and pleasing Guru and Vaishnavas and Hari. It's mercy. So the mercy comes, then we Baba Bhakti will see the Siddha the Guru gave us. And we'll see Krishna also. Shiva Goswami says when we come to the stage of Baba, we become eligible for Sakshat Darshan of Krishna. Even before prema. It's up to Krishna if he wants to give it. Because sometimes we'll give it to increase the hankering, so we do more concentrated bhajan and eliminate all the very minor, fine anarthas that are still lingering at the level of Baba, which is described in Madhurya Kadambi, and then we'll quickly come to prema, and we'll easily have Saksha Darshan. So that's Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Better we follow his traditional example, because he's on the altar of every ISKCON temple as a Guru Acharya Mahajan. He's a Mahajan. We should follow his teaching. We read his books, and his books, Harinam Chintamani, Jaiva Dharma, they all talk about Siddha Pranali from a Guru. So how can we say, so with the conclusion we have to say, Bhaktivinoda Thakur is fully, by practical example and by writing, by theory and practice, by theory his books is his theory, his presentation, and his personal example, he's an acharya of the traditional system of taking Siddha Pranali from a guru. Now, Six Goswamis, they don't need Siddha Pranali because they're Nitya Siddha Parishads. Krishna doesn't need, Lord Chaitanya doesn't need Siddha Pranali. So they don't, Rupa Manjari, because he has two identities. His form as Rupa Goswami is eternal. He doesn't give up that body and enter a Siddha and go to the spiritual world. He stays that body eternally in Gaur Lila in the material world. So that Goswami doesn't work. We're following your teachings. We don't. It's called Anusara and Anukaran. Anukaran means imitation. Anusara means following the footsteps. So the footsteps they write in their books. Seva Sadhaka Rupa Goswami you're talking about is Rupa Manjari. He didn't take Siddha Pranali anyway. He was eternally that way. Eternally Rupa Manjari, and he's eternally Rupa Goswami. He appears to take birth in so-and-so, mother and father, or whatever. That's just his Leela, Janam Leela. Like Krishna appears to take birth also. The Parishads are Nitya, transcendental, divine bodies. So he's writing in his Nectar Devotion, he's talking about two bodies, Sadhaka Rupa and Siddha Rupa. Seva Sadhaka Rupena, Siddha Rupena Chatri. You have to serve in your Sadhaka Rupa and your Siddha Rupa. So where's my Siddha Rupa? I don't know. How do I serve it? I don't know. What's my service? I don't know. So the third question, which you didn't express directly but indirectly, can the holy name reveal my Siddha? And the answer is yes. The holy name is Sakshat Krishna. So the proof of that was, but we see, interesting example, which of course is repetition for so many people, but the most famous person for chanting the holy name in ISKCON the last 25 years is Indra Das. I think everybody will agree with that. His ragas, his bhava, his persona, everything is, he's an amazing personality, spiritual personality. So how did he get his Siddha? He was chanting 2 lakhs a day, sometimes 3 lakhs a day, but he didn't get it from the holy name. From his own mouth, he said so many times on the Vyasasan, on Prabhupada's Tirobhava festival in Vrindavan, I had a dream and Prabhupada gave me my Siddha. So it means he got it, first he got it in Swapna, dream, and he got it from Guru. Bhaktivinoda Thakur got it from Guru. So you get directly from Guru, speaks in your ear, gives you a piece of Daksha Patra with every details of Parampara, Sakhi Parampara, or whether he comes in a dream, the result is the same. So Indra, he proves the point. Of course, he also chanted a lot. He chanted and sang a lot, so follow Indra's path. Chant a lot, do a lot of Harinam Sankirtan with other devotees, which is going on in a big way all around the world because of his Prabhav influence. And chant lots of japa and worship your Thakurji and pray for the mercy, and maybe you too will follow, have the same mercy, have the same mercy of Indraji and have a dream of your Guru and your Siddha will be revealed. But why wait? Why wait for a dream? The Guru is not a dream, the Guru is real. Gurus aren't physical dreams moving around. Gurus, you can touch them, you can feel them. Why are people afraid of the traditional path? It's called the traditional path. They have a phrase in American business, dare to be different, dare to be great. So I dare you. No. Comfort, convenience, social, friends, physician, Sunday feast. Anyways, a lot of things have to get decided or realized to make progress in bhakti. Ultimately, everything depends on Krishna. Like, wherever we are, we ended up there by Krishna's mercy. So there's also, Chanakapana is one thing, he says, don't give up a sure thing for an unsure thing. So I'm not on a campaign to convert everyone, Christian conversion program, ISKCON conversion program. Everybody take Babaji, everybody gets saved. I have no interest in that. You should be honest, you have to be honest and follow your guru and pray to Krishna and see what he arranges. Because I've been reading these books, Nanda since 1989 when they first came out in English by Advaita Das, and following this path of Ragmarg for 35 years. I never left ISKCON. I was in ISKCON until a few years ago. I know everything was fine, but my life changed way beyond my prayers and calculation. I was going to fly on the top and I ended up on the bottom. And so somehow I survived the crash, the recession of 2013, stock market crash, and picked myself up by Guru's Kripa and I went forward. So I took Babaji, Siddhanta, all this stuff. But I'm not saying anyone else should do that. Slow and steady wins the race, because I was doing fine without it. But circumstances changed, and so I changed my modus operandi. I encourage people to do better bhajan, to chant better name. I write books about these things, and so take advantage of those books and improve your bhajan, improve your guru sambandha, and see what Krishna arranges. But how do we got where we are today? Everyone who's sitting here is 10 years, 15, 20, 25, 30 years initiated. Some old devotees are here. So how you got where you are today? By Guru Kripa, by Krishna's mercy. So he suddenly withdrew the mercy. So you're crying enough, you're hankering enough, anxious enough, Krishna will make adjustments. Magic will happen in your life. But frankly speaking, in 2011-12, I wasn't happy with the surroundings. I wasn't happy with the situation I was in. The people around me in that situation, I wasn't too happy. And Krishna knew that, so he just, abracadabra, alakazam. The magic. Everything disappeared, everybody flew away. Oh. Hey, nobody in class. It's just me and the microphone. I recorded in my room, I read books, Govinda Lilamrita, Sankava Govinda. There's no audience, so I just recorded myself. But people like those tapes. Some friend of mine told me Chutananda Swami, a famous all-star of ISKCON, 1966, famous Chutananda. He listens every day to my Govinda Lilamrita tape. Somebody told me, one guy from New York, ISKCON devotee. I said, oh, that's good. But he's one of the old senior guys, Kirtananda, all the Anandas. The Gaudiya Vaisnava criticized Prabhupada. Ananda is a Mayavadi name. Anand, Chidmaya Anand, this Anand, that Anand, Brahmanan, Rita Anand, Chutanand, so many Anands throw up in the shade all, one after the other. And he knows it's a Mayavadi name, and he knows the Gaudiya Vaisnava brothers for criticizing him. He said, I don't care. Prabhupada is so transcendental. And what's this? He should give Bhakti Chaitanya Swami or Bhakti Vidyapurna or some kind of Vaishnava sannyas name. Anand is a Brahmanan, Brahmanan, Achyutanand, Hridayanand, Bhavananda. There's a million of them. Probably a whole fleet of Anands. Because the problem is so transcendental. He doesn't, God, I care. They're just seeing ringing bells. Okay, is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Now you go into what's out now? Question? Yeah.
Thank you, Maharaj. In the Sri Guru Ashtaka, in verse 6, we hear that there is a definition for the spiritual master. It says, the spiritual master is very dear because he is expert in assisting the gopis who at different times make different tasteful arrangements for the perfection of Radha and Krishna's conjugal loving affair within the group of Vrindavan. My question is how the guru, the spiritual master, can assist the gopis in the Goloka Vrindavan when he is here in Madan.
Yeah. Okay. The question is in the what is it? Guru Vastakam prayer, Samsara prayer we call it, Guru Vastakam. There's two verses, one Nikunja Radha Kunda, and another one I forget. What's it? Yeah, Shiradika Madhavira Paramatri. So these two verses of the 8 verses are describing the Siddha Deha of the Guru. The Guru has two bodies. One body you see, it's called Sadguru. He's my Guru, Krishnadas Swami or whatever. You see his body, but you don't see his spiritual body. And in that spiritual body he does seva and meditation. It's called Manasi Seva, seva with the mind. So therefore, there he's in the kunja, and he's painting Radharani's feet, or he's fanning Radharani, or offering her tambul, batika, pan, and doing different sevas in his spiritual body, in his mind. So this describes the two forms of the Guru, because it's written by Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur. Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur, he's a Manjari himself, and his Guru is also a Manjari. So his Guru's Manjari name is Prem Manjari or something. It's mentioned in Sankalpa Kalpajruma. At the end of the book, he offers prayers to different Gurus in his line. Guru, Param Guru, and their Sadguru and their Siddharup. So, because Vishnu is in Narottam Parivar, he's in the line of Narottam Thakur, Vishnu. So that's what that's about. The Kunja, because I see my Guru giving class and leading kirtan, but he's not in the Kunja. In his room, he has a Kunja built there, and it goes in every night in the Kunja. I have a kunja here, I go out here. So we don't see that, but that's his treasure, that's his private world. But he's supposed to take you to that world. The Guru is supposed to take you, hold your hand and introduce you to that world and to those associates of Krishna and Radharani, and introduce you to your eternal service. And all that, that's part of being a Guru. In a traditional way. Is that okay? You're in the right place to fall asleep. That's what that. Kick those other guys off and lie down. Just put your legs out there across that. She's tired. Okay, questions. You have a question, sir? Go in there. I can't see. Okay, whoever it is, I can't see. Chotalai.
I was confused.
Barabai. Panditji.
The mood of Rupa Manjari and the mood of Tulsi Manjari, as I was reading the literature written by Rupa Goswami and Raghunath Goswami, and I want to clarify that, Gurudev, that Rupa Manjari's mood is more soft and more clear. Means I have not read such pastimes where Rupa Manjari is bringing anxiety to Krishna, telling that Radharani is in Yavat, Radharani has not yet come. But Tulsi Manjari does these kind of things. So she first brings anxiety to Krishna and tries to see how Krishna is feeling.
She plays with Krishna.
Yeah. So that is how
teases him. It's called teasing.
So that bhav is like that. Like Rupa Manjari is more soft and.
Nice question. The question is, what is the difference in the personality and behavior Rupa Manjari and Tulsi Manjari, who was Raghunath Das Goswami's commonly known Manjari name. Radha Krishna Ganadeva Shipika says he's Rati Manjari, but no one ever describes in the writings, and Govinda Amrita talks about Tulsi Manjari, which means Rati Manjari. So Rupa and Rati, or Rupa Rati means Rupa and Tulsi actually, and Rupa and Raghunath were following them. So what is the difference in mood and behavior of Rupa Goswami and Das Goswami as Tulsi Manjari? Because we hear it described in Govinda Amrita, Krishna meets, he goes to Kusan Sora with Subala and Madhamango, and meets Brinda Devi and Dinishta, and wants to find out what's going on with Radharani. Then Tulsi Manjari shows up, and Tulsi Manjari is always connected with Radharani. Always, if you see Tulsi Manjari, then you know that Radharani is nearby. Like before, you see Gaurahari, you know Satchidananda Swami is nearby. Because he was a long time personal servant. So you see, you say, where's Maharaj? Oh, how's Maharaj? You get all the information about Maharaj from him, you know. He's the inside man. So Tulsi's inside with Radharani. She knows where Radharani is all the time. So the question is, we see that Tulsi Manjari teases Krishna and tells him, Radharani's not coming to Radha Kunda today. She's locked up in Yavat. She can't get out. Oh, whoa. Yeah, forget it, man. Go to Chandravali. And then Krishna looks at her, trying to put salt in my wound. I can't meet my beloved Radharani. Now you're saying, what's Chandravali? She's nothing, you know. But that's a fact, ultimately. She's just there to create excitement, to thicken the rods. So he says she seems a little more unfavorable towards Krishna. The answer is yes. There's definitely different temperaments and moods. I don't know. They're mostly Dhira Madhya, but that's called their swabhav, their temperament. So Sakhis have different temperaments. Manjaris also, but it doesn't really apply to you. Enter Nitya, the temperament part of your personality. It comes to reveal at that time and experience at that time, because you need a spiritual body to experience spiritual sentiments. So she's like that, and we follow her. So we're a little tricky like that also. Rupa Manjari is more patent. She's the chief of all the Manjaris, is Rupa Manjari, and she's the chief Manjari of Lalita Sakhi. So Lalita Sakhi is very anti-Krishna, as you know. She really, but somehow Rupa Manjari is the soft side. It represents the soft side of Lalita because she's called Sri Rupa. Why is Rupa Manjari called Sri Rupa? Because she has the heart. She has the form of Radharani's heart, not the form of Lalita's heart. That was we don't want two of those. One Lalita is enough. But we have two or three. If we have two or three Radharanis, it's no problem. Rupa Manjari is like Radharani. That's why the name Sri Rupa. And Tulsi means incomparable. Because Tulsi is incomparable. The chief boss of all the Manjaris, and leader of all the Manjaris is Rupa Manjari, and Das Goswami has so many prayers in Stavali to Rupa Manjari and Rupa Goswami, because out of respect, because it's Rupa Goswami that taught him the path of Manjari Bhav sadhana. That we know clearly, because from the association teaching Rupa, from Stavamala became Stavavali. So the mother, you can say mother of Stavavali, which is a collection of poems by Raghunath Das, is Stavamala by Rupa Goswami. Rupa Goswami is Rasacharya. Most, and because, no, that's something else. Okay, so that's the point. We follow Rati Manjari, Tulsi Manjari. So you perceive correctly. There are different personalities, and that's the special contribution of Tulsi Manjari. That she's hard to get over on. Krishna can easily bribe Rupa Manjari, but he can't bribe, it's India, no? he can't bribe Tulsi Manjari. She's a strict IAS officer. Okay? What are the questions? What else? What happened here? Questions? Any question? No? Just follow your hands. Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
I have another one. I was reading your book on Raganuga Bhakti and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And there was this point that I could not really understand. One point was that one do not need to be above anartha-nivritti to enter into the path of Raganuga. Maybe I did read properly, but it seems it's not depending on being over anartha-nivritti to take the path of Raganuga Bhakti, but what is necessary is the intense eagerness.
That's great. I don't know. I don't think it's like written. No? It shouldn't be. If it is, it's a mistake. Okay. I don't think so.
Maybe I read it because to me it seems that this.
No, that's the whole point. The question is, when can we start practicing Raganuga Bhakti? We have to be free from anarthas. If you have to be free from anarthas, it's not a sadhana. Rupa Goswami describes Nectar Ocean in Sadhana Bhakti chapter. There's two kinds of sadhana. In verse 1 through 270 describes Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti. And verse 270 to 309 describes Raganuga Bhakti, and 309 is the end of the chapter of Sadhana Bhakti. So Raganuga Sadhana is part of Sadhana Bhakti. So what is Sadhana Bhakti? Sadhana Bhakti is daily practices, hearing, chanting, remembering Krishna, worshiping, etc., which would eliminate our anarthas. The purpose of sadhana is to get free from anarthas. So Raganuga Bhakti is a faster way because it's based on attachment and taste and greed, lobha. So it's not, you can start, some people start new bhaktis or practice Raganuga Bhakti because they agreed to this, for this type of practice. There's a girl sitting right in front of me who's doing that. She's practicing Rag Bhakti very seriously and very deeply because it's from last life, some scars or practice, who knows the origin, but the fact is like that. We see it plainly. There's a famous Russian devotee, Yugo Kishore. He was interested in Bhakti, 20 years, whenever he came to Krishna Bhakti. Yugo Kishore, Russian devotee. And I met him, he's a nice gentleman, nice devotee. And I said, how you went to ISKCON? No, I didn't have anything to do with ISKCON. I was interested in Bhakti. I went on the net, and I found out about Radha Kunda and Nandadas Babaji. I flew to Delhi, I took a taxi from Delhi to Radha Kunda. I met Nandadas on the first day, and I started practicing Raganuga Bhakti. He bypassed all the usual routes. 10 years ISKCON and drop out of ISKCON, Gaudiya Vaisnava, 10 years drop out of Gaudiya Vaisnava. Go to Satyarayana, 5 years Satyarayana, drop out. Then go to Nandadas Babaji and whatever, goes here and there. Keep dropping in, dropping out. Trying to find your feet, get your feet on the ground somewhere. No, you can start at any time. It's a sadhana. Sadhana begins when you start. But the difference between Vaidhi sadhana, the only difference between Vaidhi sadhana and Raganuga sadhana is a motivating factor. What initiates you to start practice? Greed. I want to be a gopi. I want to serve Krishna's Lila like a gopi, for example, in Madhurya Bhakti. I want to read about all this stuff. Oh, you can't read. You're not advanced. You have to be pure devotee. Okay, sing your song somewhere else. I don't care about that. Get out of my way. I agreed for this. It's greed. It's not greed for pornography. It's greed to hear about Radha and Krishna and meditate on their leelas and worship them. So what's wrong? That's all right. Everything's right about that. So that's start right away. You can start Rag Bhakti. You need some guidance. someone to teach you how to probably go. But initially you just read about your interest. You're interested? Read about your interest. Like when I first got involved with Radha and Krishna, when I first came to ISKCON, 74, 75, the thing that liked me most was the Krishna book Braj Leela. I read all 3 Leelas, Mathura, Dwarka, but even before I joined, I was enamored and attracted by Radha and Krishna gopis, right from the very beginning. So I used to go through the books and look at the Nectar Devotion, had a great index in the back, very 120-page index in English version. So I look up gopis, Radharani, gopis, Vrindavan, and read all the passages. I didn't read the whole book. I didn't have an interest in the whole book. I finally read the book, gave classes on all that stuff. But in the beginning, when I was a new guy, I said, I want to know about gopis, I want to know about Radharani, I want to know Vrindavan, Krishna. I was crazy about it. One of the first books I wrote was Appreciating Vrindavan, so I went so crazy in Vrindavan. I looked at everything about Vrindavan. I had a notebook. I was reading the devotees come and visit me in Radha Damodar. I said, you should publish a book, all these good quotes you collected. Okay, I will. So I did. So that's greed. So my greed is going on for 48 years. 74, that's 48 years. Most people aren't 48, it's a year. I don't know if anybody is even 48 sitting in front of me. Probably not. Yeah.
So
That's another question or what?
No, that's still related. That means one can have intense greed even when one is still full of anartha. I
like to rephrase your statement. You said intense greed. This is not the definition, although this is what this kind of Gaudiya Mantra I say. If you have intense greed, you can practice Raghunath Bhakti. That's not the specific word in the commentary Nectar Devotion by Jiva Goswami and Vishnu. They say yat kincha, K-I-N-C-H-A, yat kincha lobha. You have a, kincha means a little bit. You have a little greed, you have a little interest, not intense. Intense greed, you're a prema. Radharani has intense greed to meet Krishna and hear about Krishna. That's a symptom of prema. She also has greed. It says little. I don't know. What do you want to do? I like Radha Krishna. You really? Okay, read about it. Okay, good. Wow, this is great. Jaya Jaya Sri Radhe. Wow, this is cool stuff. A little, don't even brainwash. Shake it, wake up, shake up. A little, because most people don't have any. And people have attraction, nice sari, nice kurta, you know, about Don't underestimate the power of your attraction. It's a gift of God. Go for it. It's divine, it's transcendental, it's pure, it's satisfying, fulfilling. Jai Radhe. Radhe Shyam, Sriji, Dasiji, Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe. Okay, what's going on now? Questions? Okay, that's good. Well, yeah, more questions?
Yeah.
I don't mind.
It's good. Mainly those two. I was still also wondering.
You're an intelligent guy. I appreciate your question.
Also, again with Siddha Pranali, I was thinking of Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and I heard that he was giving some Siddha Pranali to just few of his disciples, but I don't know also is that correct or not correct. If you heard something like this, I don't heard of him taking any step like this.
Okay. Question is asked that devotee heard that Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he gave Siddha Pranali to some of his disciples. And apparently I heard directly from the mouth of Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayana Maharaj. He said the same thing I heard from his mouth, that Bhaktisiddhanta gave Siddha Pranali to 10 of his disciples, sannyasi disciples, And the disciples at that time asked him in a conversation which he himself repeated to me, that did he give it to your Bhakti Pragya Keshav Maharaj? His guru, Bhakti Pragya Keshav Maharaj, is the Diksha Guru of Narayan Maharaj. He said yes. So the devotees who were taking shelter of Narayan Maharaj, without mentioning any names, big leaders of ISKCON, maybe you don't even know, but they were encouraged by that because that means Narayan Maharaj can give it to them. That was the assumption. And Narayan Maharaj did consider Pranali some disciples, but only Indians, not any Westerners. So apparently it's true, from what I've heard from Sri Narayan Maharaj, that Bhaktisiddhanta gave Sri Pranali. Where he got it from, I don't know. I don't know that, but there's some validity to that. Not some of it is true. I mean, I don't remember exactly, but there's some letter where Bhaktisiddhanta, because there's letters books, there's collected letters of Bhaktisiddhanta. There's one letter he's writing to some sannyasi, and it's told in her name of her sadhya. I think it was Bhakti-Vilas Tirtha Maharaj, one of the senior members of Gaudiya Vaisnava. He wrote a letter to him and said, your manjari name is so-and-so or whatever. I don't know. So, that was then, now is now. What was is past, what is won't last. At all times be steadfast, chant Hare Krishna, have a blast. Like a Diwali rocket. Boom! Shoo! Boom! And then you say, shoo, boom. That's the whole thing. The kids get so excited, oh, shoo, boom, shoo. Shoo, boom, you just make a tape of that, shoo, boom. Put the sparks and the flame and you let it, put it in your Coke bottle, Fanta bottle, boom, oh. Good fun. Usually I aim the rockets in my house. The neighbor kids, they bought my house. I find them all on the roof, rockets all on the roof. I want to burn down the house, Swami's house. Good neighbors, friendly neighbors. Hasn't caught fire yet, so. Jai Hind. Jai Mata, Bharat Mata. Bharat Mata ki Jai. Questions? Can't you have any questions? Radha. Advaita Baba, questions? Where's the food? Where's my mommy? Advaita Krishna Baba, that's his name. Chota Baba. Little kid, 2 years old. Yeah, Brahmin kid, smart kid. Questions? Oh, yes, my dear. What's your question?
Yeah, I think it's more a personal question, I guess, because I wanted to know, so in Srimad Bhagavatam, and especially in Uddhava Gita, it also says to listen to your own guru in the heart, to Chitta Guru, a lot. So I wanted to know how, for yourself, you felt like, okay, this is really the path I have to go now, and it's coming really from the heart, or something which is just coming from the mind of false ego.
I don't know the source. The question is, How does, when one wants to embark on a new path or change his or her direction in life, how does one know whether the inspiration to change their path or direction or practice, spiritual or whatever, is coming from the mind or the ego, the Paramatma? What's going on? I don't think it matters. It doesn't matter the origin. It's called, in Hindi it's called prerna, inspiration. So what is the source of inspiration? It's called, in science it's called the aha principle. Aha. Like some scientists are trying to figure out a problem. A very complicated problem. That was so funny. And so it's really so complicated science, quantum mechanics on science problem. And they can't figure it out. They study all different books, talk to different people. So one time they go in the latrine, and they're sitting there, aha! Aha, this is it! The guy's passing stool and he gets a aha principle. So that's from the ego? Is that from the mind? Is that from the mind? What's the source of that? It's from the latrine? I mean, come on. It's from God. Basically, you can say it's from God. It is divine, it is spiritual, and it's transcendental. It's an inspiration from God. Because it's produced by your ego, by your mind, by your grandmother, or whoever. You should trace it out to God. Everything, there's so many stories and so many great sadhus that live by the principle, everything is Krishna's mercy. This is pure bhakti. Everything is Krishna's mercy. I'm getting inspired in my heart to do this thing, but I'm scared. Well, work out the cause of your fear. The inspiration is coming from God, the fear is coming from your mind. Fear is a mental production due to lack of knowledge, lack of spirituality, lack of bhakti. One of the symptoms of surrender is know that 6 symptoms of surrender. One is Krishna, my maintainer, my protector. Go to Tre Rakshishyati Vishwaso. Rakshishyati, 6 symptoms of surrender. Nectar, devotion, teaching, Lord Chaitanya. Anukodasa Sankalpa Pratikala Savarjam. What is it? Rakshishyati Vishwaso. Go to Tre Narandata Karpanye. Amanishe Karpanye. So one of them is Rakshishyati Vishwaso. Vishwas is a Hindi word, it means faith. I have faith, Krishna is my protector. Raksha means Raksha, like Raksha Bandha. He's my protector. So so your bhakti, you have no fear. Fear means you're afraid of something. So the inspiration coming from Krishna. Now do you have enough bhakti to surrender that inspiration? That's the question. The inspiration is coming from Krishna. Now what are you going to do with it? You're going to accept it and run with it, or you're afraid to accept it and run with it? Most people are afraid. Afraid of change, afraid of something new, something different. Free of the unknown. Where am I going? I don't have a chart, I don't have a captain. I'm going crazy. Good. Keep going. Go faster. Crash your Ferrari. Oh well, I do it. Is that okay with you? Okay. Yeah, you're saluting the flag there. Yeah, your hand was like this. And our Father. Okay, go ahead.
Krishna, thank you for this opportunity. I have a question. my spiritual master said we were in Gaudiya Vaisnava, and he said that Lord Chaitanya make easy way for us to put our story, Krishna's story. In a sense that every one of us has a story, and those stories are more or less could be in our subconsciousness. Because something happened in the past, and this past is still in the future. So when I'm in a process of devotion, sometimes those stories from the past could prevent me to be in a right way as a devotee. For example, if I have a lot of anger, which I don't know why I have it, but I want Krishna, so it doesn't go together. So the question is it important to take a part in our life to deal with this past or with these stories which we have? Because, for example, someone says something not nice to you, and what I do immediately, I react. I don't reflect. Why is this happening to me? Why that person talks like this to me? But I react. So I lost opportunity. Why is this happening to me? What this is Krishna's arrangement. There is some lessons for me. But because of that story from the past, which I have, maybe I don't know, I don't belong, people don't like me, so that's why he's acting to me like this. And because of those stories, I cannot go further in devotion. So this is just a question, that psychology part, is it important in devotional part, to deal with whatever is there? For example, anger. Should I deal with
Okay, thank you. This is important to deal with what's stored in our subconscious on a path of devotion, because what's stored in our subconscious in technical terms is called samskaras. Samskaras are mental impressions of activities we've done in this life. We're collecting new samskaras, mental impressions in this life, and so many thousands of prior lives. You translate samskaras as stories, because samskaras can also make a whole life story. Because enacting your samskara may be the whole journey of your life. So the whole purpose of bhakti is to change the samskaras, to replace the material samskaras with spiritual samskaras. It's called lokik samskara, alokik. Alokik means spiritual, transcendental. Lok means this world, alokik means out of this world. So the answer is yes, we should just concentrate on bhakti, but we have to be also good psychologists. I wrote an article, I think, I don't know, can't remember when, I don't know if it's published or whatever. But it's called, every bhakta has to be a good psychiatrist, good psychologist. In other words, Prabhupada once said, once in LA, he was riding in LA, and he said, Prabhupada, we're going to take over LA pretty soon. Everyone's going to be Krishna conscious. LA ISKCON Temple is #1 book distribution in the world. Pretty soon the whole city is going to be Krishna conscious. Prabhupada said, no. What? Impossible. So why? He probably said, Krishna consciousness is only for the intelligent. So you have to be intelligent. So being a good psychologist is part of being a devotee. A yogi is a psychologist, because the mind can be the best friend or the worst enemy. You're explaining how your mind is your worst enemy because the negative samskaras of prior activities are haunting you. Instant response to angry situations or insulting situations. That's normal. That's not yoga. That's normal. Everyday person responds on the point. So yoga means control the mind. So how do you get control of the mind? By developing purity of the mind by chanting a mantra. This word mantra, you say Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, it's a great mantra, it's the best mantra. Man means mind, and tra means chayate, means deliver. It frees your mind for your samskaras. And Bhakti, in Brahma Samhita verse 54, it says, what does it say? Bhakti Bhajan. No, the last part, last line. Karmani nirda is verse 54 of Brahma Samhita. You can look at that verse. Karmani nirdhati kintu cha bhakti bhajan. By bhakti bhajan, all your karmas are destroyed. Karmas start with samskaras. Karma is action, samskara is the tendency to act. It's the latent tendency to act, which is called samskara, which expresses itself as good karma, bad karma, good action, bad action, negative actions, positive actions, progressive actions, degressive actions. So as your mind becomes more strong, you can control your mind. You're talking about controlling the mind. That means psychology, that means yoga, that means bhakti. If we're bhakti yogis, we have to control the mind, make the mind our friend. The mind suggests all kinds of nonsense. The mind functions in two branches. Sankalpa, vikalpa. Sankalpa, vikalpa. Accept or reject. I like this, I accepted this, I don't like, I reject. Accept, reject, accept, reject. So we have to accept everything favorable for Krishna Bhakti and reject everything unfavorable. Within us. Not necessarily accept people that are favorable, reject people that are unfavorable, accept situations that are favorable, reject situations unfavorable, reject living places that are favorable, reject living places that are unfavorable. This is a mental process. So it's always going on in yoga. So yoga becomes, when the yoga mind becomes chitta vritti viroda, it's called chitta vritti viroda, the mental movements of the mind. Vritti means waves, vibration, movements of the mind are controlled. We're not going against one. Chitta means the mind, means intelligence. So do more bhakti and meditate more. And be silent, meditate, and get in touch with your Atma. There you'll be able to control. Atma controls everything. So you have to get in control of your Atma by meditation. You're a divine being. You're a pure being, a divine being full of bliss and happiness and joy. And all this stuff is covering you. This is all your trash from before, from previous lives. It's not you. You're blissful, you're beautiful, inside and out, and you're full of ecstasy. Don't identify. This is not me. I'm something else. And then you get siddha, then you can transfer your identity. Oh, this is me. I'm a beautiful gopi, long black veiny, beautiful blue eyes, and golden skin and transcendental body, of course. And that beautiful dress, this and that. Is that okay?
Yeah, so I have to take responsibility for this.
Yeah, it's not mine. It's your bag. It's your karma. The Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sri Swami said, a good workman doesn't quarrel with his tools. Confirmed. Yeah, good work. It says, there's a phrase in America, you're probably German or not American, whatever, but so you won't be expected to understand it. It says, a good workman doesn't quarrel with his tools. He has a saw and a hammer. He's a carpenter. He's a working man. He's a carpenter. He doesn't, saw, you're no good. No, the saw is good. He quarrels, he argues with his tools. So, Sri Swami changed it. He said, a good worker doesn't argue with his stools. So what is he saying? He's very clever. So stool means what you pass out. So workman is a karmi, a fruit of worker. One is in the material world is doing karma, working off his karma, good or bad karma, whatever. So a good workman doesn't quarrel with his stools. In other words, you're eating your fruits. You plant apple, you're going to eat apple. You're planting apple, you want to eat mangoes, you can't eat mangoes. So you're eating the fruits of your own creation. Man is the architect of his own destiny. So what you're doing now determines your future. So you want to have a beautiful divine form next life, do bhakti. They say in business, when the going gets rough, the tough get going. So be tough, be strong. Yogis are strong, their senses are powerful, they do tapasya, austerity. They can control their mind. Austerity controls the mind. Do nirjala ekadasi brat. Your mind will become strong. No, I'll die. I stopped. I had a stroke in 2019 Even I continue to do it until this year. A few months ago, I stopped doing Nirjala Ekadasi. I did every Ekadasi for 42 years by the mercy of Krishna from 1978. It works. No water, no milk, no chai, nothing. Holy name and Shastra. I try to stay awake also. Don't sleep all day. It's also good. You can sleep all day also. Or do Nirjal. Get the experience. Challenge you. I can't do it. What do you mean? Prabhupada said, impossible is a word in a fool's dictionary. Can't is another way of saying impossible. I can't do it means it's impossible for me to do it. Really do it. If you die, it's good. It's very auspicious to die in Ekadasi. It'll be easy to remember your disappearance every year. Oh, she died of Akshara Ekadasi. Okay, good. Let her rest in peace. No problem. It's very good. It's very good for health also. Have you ever tried it?
Yes. Nirjala Ekadashi always.
You're always doing? Good. Hang in there. I give you full encouragement. This is traditionally this is real Ekadasi should be Nirjala. The day before you eat fruits, Nirjala and Ekadasi do Nirjala, and they have to eat milk. Called Paya bread. 3-day bread. She's looking at it. She's her head's going back. What? Like some tornado came up. What? Okay, your eyes go back, but her head went back. Wow! I was me, or her head was going back. Sorry. Wasn't personal. Different strokes for different folks. Questions? You have a question? I think so. No. Oh, come on. What?
How can I deal with seeing devotees inspiring me with their one-pointedness, and when I feel that I'm not at that stage, like I'm wishing to be one-pointed, but
So what's the question?
how can I get one-pointed?
The devotee is saying she appreciates when she observes how devotees are one-pointed. In technical terms, it's called ekanti bhakti. What is it? It's called ananya bhakti or ekantika bhakti. Fixed. When devotees are fixed and absorbed in their seva or their devotional practices, like some devotees like chanting holy name, they're chanting all the time. So she admires that, she respects that. So in Padma Purana it explains that if you appreciate the good qualities of someone, you get 1/6 of their good qualities. You appreciate the good qualities of someone, 1/6 of their good qualities comes into you. It says that percentage. I read the Padma Purana. So you're appreciating that, that's good. The appreciation of devotees that are fixed in bhakti, ananya bhakti, fixed devotion, some of their good qualities will come in them. And the converse is also true. If you're fault finding with devotees, oh, this person's envious, that envy comes in you also. That's a boomerang effect. You throw it up, whoop, whoop, comes back. In Australia, the Aboriginals, they hunt with a wooden piece of wood that they throw up in the air and hits a bird and comes back to them. So they don't lose their, arrow or whatever. And then the dinner falls on the ground, and the weapon comes back to them, and they go figure, okay, it's their dinner. They're Aboriginal people. It's called boomerang. What you throw out comes back to you. So you finding fault with people, you're going to get full of faults. Because finding faults means dosh, and dosh means holes. Like the flute is full of dosh, because it's full of holes. So the gopis, they criticize Krishna's flute. They say, your flute is faulty. Your Vamshi is full of faults. And they say, what's wrong with my Vamshi? What's wrong? Ladies give up their husbands, give up their dharma, and run to the forest to dance with you. Yeah, it's good. They said, this proves your flute is full of faults. The holes in the flute are called faults, dosha. So you shoot holes in other people. Finding faults in other people means shooting holes in those people. So those holes you shoot in them get shot in you too. Wow. Boom, boom, oh. The boomerang, what you shoot out comes back to you. So don't shoot. See good everywhere. Be good all times. So how to get one pointed? Don't worry about it. Just keep shining. Like Prabhupada, sometimes people come in to meet Prabhupada. Prabhupada has this problem, that problem. My husband this, my husband that. Yeah, what's up? This and that. So what should I do, Prabhupada? Just chant Hari Krishna. The fastest in one problem is Prabhupada say one answer. Just chant Hari Krishna. Oh, just chant Hari Krishna. Say Bhagavatam. Live in Vrindavan. Worship Thakurji, serve the Vaishnavas. It's Panchanga Bhakti. Very quickly advance in Bhakti. It says Bhav Janmani. Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu said that you practice these 5 forms of Bhakti, very quickly you'll come to Bhav. Braja, Mathura Vasastali, live in Brajmandal, Sri Bhagavat Shravan, Rasika Bhakta Sangha, hear the Bhagavatam in association Rasika Bhaktas, 3 Harinam Sankirtan, that's the 3rd one. 4th one, Srimurti Shraddha Seva. Serve the Thakurji, the Murti of Krishna, with faith and love. And the 5th one is
Krishna. Sadhu Sana Krishna.
Krishna. Yeah, Krishna. Krishna, Java, Kirtan, etc. So stay in Vrindavan. By and by you'll come to Baba. Baba Janma Jaya. It says Baba will appear. It says, this verse says, Alba Svarsha, a little contact, Alba Svarsha, these 5 things. Little contact with Brajmandal, you get Baba. Little contact with the Holy Name, you get Baba. Little contact with Bhagavatam, you get Baba. Little contact with worshiping Thakurji, you get Baba. Little contact with Vaishnava Seva, you get Baba. That's the faith. So keep going. Madhuri, question? No questions. No, please. Your question?
Listening questions.
Okay. What makes you so beautiful? I'm asking you a question.
Association, Maharaj.
I don't think so. I think you're born that way. Okay. What's the question? What's the time?
4:22.
4:22.
Half hour.
One question.
Yeah, okay, it is half hour.
So, started reading Srimad Bhagavatam. So as I'm reading, in the first, like we know in 10th canto, it starts with Krishna's birth, and then he speaks to Devaki and Vasudeva. He's talking about who he is, and the discussion is a bit opulent in one sense. And
For a baby.
yeah,
Newborn baby. Speaking Devaki and
on a related note, in Kartik I read Raghavatma Chandrika. So there Vishnu Chakra Thakur is saying this Aishwarya Gyan is like foundation, and so he's not talking about bhav, he said Aishwarya Gyan, kind of like just the knowledge part of it. So I'm failing to understand like how do we approach this, because as I'm reading it all hits me in a very opulent way, so I don't know how to take it.
what hits you in opulent way?
The Bhagavatam first few chapters that I'm reading
A 10th canto.
of 10th canto, yes.
That's okay, that's why it's there. Because wait till you get to Ras Venu Gita, chapter 21, and Gopi Gita, chapter 31, and Pranaya Gita, chapter 29, and chapter 35, Yuga Gita. That's all Madhurya. That's a foundation. Who is this guy that's running with the gopis? But we don't start running with the gopis, start off, he's Chaturmush Narayan. He's a baby, he shows forearm, all hair, ornaments, what is this? Baby born with a gold, come out of the womb with a gold helmet on your head, 4 arms, chakra, Gaudiya Vaisnava chakra. So that's right, that's opulence, that's majesty, that's God, Godhood. So first we establish the Godhood of Krishna before we show his Madhurya. First Mathura Lila. Mathura Lila, Dwarka Lila is like Vaikuntha. Almost same as Vaikuntha. But Madhurya Lila is totally Nara Lila, totally human-like. Krishna's dragged through the mud of Gokul on the back, holding the tail of a cow, dragged through the mud. He's 2 years old. What's that? Where's the God there? Where's the 4 arms there? He has a black, his underpants has a black string around his waist. Has a black string around his waist with some bells on. You know why he rings the bells? Right there, that one. Krishna wears a black string with a bell on the front. Why does he have a bell? I'll ask you a question. In Gokul, Krishna from birth to 2 years old, 6 months, or 3 years, 6 months, Krishna lived in Gokul. He was Nagna Baba. Nagna means naked. 2-year-old kids they're free, they're hippies, you know, they don't wear clothes. So he wore a black string around with a bell in front of it. Ding, ding, ding. Why is that? We told about this before. I'll tell you, that's what it does. He has a bell because when he wants to pass food, he rings. He rings the bell first, so he might clear his house. When Krishna wants to pass stool, he rings the bell, and everybody runs away. Because little kids, they just pass and run, you know. They walk down the street, boom, like an animal, like a horse running. That's why Krishna wears a bell. But this is gnarly though. Just like village today, kids run around. They wear a sweater. The winter they have a toque, a hat on their head, a sweater, and bottomless. Because anything else goes on. But he keep his heart, keep his chest warm, got a little sweater, and nothing under there. I see it in the street. This is a village. This is Naralila. It's not Delhi. Diapers. White, what do they call them? Diapers?
Pampers.
Pampers. This is not wearing pampers. There's a festival in Rajmandal called Chichi Festival. It's on the Hindi calendar. I can show you. I forget what it is. Maybe around Janmashtami. Called Chichi. Chichi means dirty underwear. So it's a festival when Krishna was dressed. It's a festival. It's held in Braj and Gokul. They celebrate it called Chichi Utsav. Chichi Mahotsav. So when Krishna first wore pants, he moved his pants. So when he showed how to wash his hands, says Chichi. It's not nice. Chichi is not nice. Chichi. So she had to wash them all. They have a festival like that. It's in the Hindi calendar. I'll show it to you. Chichi Mahotsav. It's like 2 weeks after his birth or something, I don't know, whatever. I'm just serious. Chichi Mahotsav. So this, how do you understand this? Where's the Aishwarya here? Where's the Godhood here? Where's the God? Hey, you going to Chichi Mahotsav? Yeah, I'm going. We had a big kirtan, a big prasad festival. It's like, this is a boot. This is a chamatkar bhav we talk about. Krishna's pastimes are chamatkar. Wow. Really? Wow. There's no chamatkar, you can't relish ras. Chamatkar means astonishment. It must be astonishing. There's nothing astonishing about Vishnu Loka. It's all patent, it's all just boring. Very formal and very boring. It's like IBM or something like that. Yeah, very business-like, formal. It's like Switzerland or something. You know? Everything's on time and clean and all unusual good things. But India is like informal to the max. Yeah, any formality, you have to leave it at the airport when you enter India. You come in, you let it into your culture, you're well behaved, you have good manners. There's a sign. If you're well cultured, you're well behaved, good manners, leave these things at the airport. Leave your culture here. Just merge into the dirt and dust and stool of India. And be uncultured, uncouth, ill-behaved, and discourteous. Then you're welcome here. One of the gang. Come on in. Jai Mataji. Jai Mataji. What is that question? I don't know. What was the question somewhere? There was that Aishwarya. So that settles your Aishwarya question. Aishwarya, come on, man. Leave that in Switzerland. This is Rajmandal. It's not anything goes. We follow the strictest principles of purity and behavior, but we're worshiping a naughty boy, very naughty boy, Krishna. Well, you don't become naughty. You worship naughty. You behave yourself, but you worship it. Nonsense kid. Dear Lita Nayak. Question. Valentina, Italian net questions.
Yes, I have.
Okay.
One devotee is asking, she's in Raganuga Bhakti, so she feels to worship Radha and Krishna, the Thakurji of Radha and Krishna, like in Vrindavan. But some devotees say to her, no, you have to worship the Murti in the Aishwarya mood, so like Lakshmi Narayana. So she don't understand how they are Krishna, Radha and Krishna in Vrindavana. How can I worship them as Lakshmi Narayana in Vaikuntha? She don't understand this point.
Some devotees worshipping Radha and Krishna Murtis, right? And some other devotee, every devotee always has to say some stupid thing. We have a phrase in America, but no one follows it, even Americans don't follow it. But the phrase is, mind your own business. Mind your own business. You have your business, to take care of your business. Why do you worry about my profit or loss of my business? Worry about the profit or loss of your business. You do your push your way, I do my way. Get lost, Jack. So they said, you're worshiping Radha Krishna like a Braj mood. That's wrong. You're supposed to worship Radha Krishna, Aishwarya mood, Lakshmi Narayana. That person is just a parrot. A critic is just a parrot mimicking something that they say. I don't read it, but maybe proper letter. We should worship the Murtis of Radha Krishna in ISKCON in opulence and majesty like Lakshmi Narayana. So is this lady's following Rag Bhakti? She's in ISKCON? I doubt it. But even if she is in ISKCON following Rag Bhakti, her personal worship is called Bhav Seva. It's called Bhav Seva. It's following basic rudiments of Archan, but it's suffused with Bhava. And then Braja Bhava, Gopi Bhava, Sakha Bhava, whatever your Bhava is, that's how you worship your Murtis. If you're in Sakyarati, as a coward boy, you have deities of Krishna Balaram. You worship with the Bhava of a coward boy. So you have Radha Krishna, you worship Radha Krishna as the Bhava of a Manjari, Dasi Bhav. It's called Bhava Lasrati, the Madhurya Rati Bhav. The Bhava of Manjari Gopi, you worship Radha Krishna like Rajamud. So it doesn't apply. Everything doesn't. It's not all one. Why you probably get that instruction? Because in London, in Bhaktivinoda Matter, one time they dressed up Radha Gokulananda Murtis, the big ones. They dressed Radha, and they made a poster of it too. They were serving the poster, like a big poster of Vishnu and all that. The poster of Radha Gokulananda, the big Murtis. They had two, small and big. I think so, right? Bhaktivinoda Matter, anyone ever been there?
Yes, I've been.
They have big Radha Krishna also?
Yes.
Radha Gokulananda. Yeah, so they were big Murtis, marble Murtis, right?
Looks like.
So I also saw the poster. It was in LA, we were selling it in LA in the 70s. And it was Radha and Krishna, but very similar. Radha just had a sari on, like that sari, the blue sari, and a belt around her waist, and very simple. And Krishna had like a peacock, had his hair, just had a peacock feather in his hair. Looked like in Vrindavan mood. And, no crown, Krishna, just a peacock feather and a garland. And they made a poster of it, all this Vrindavan mood. The Prophet saw, this is wrong. This is sadhya. You shouldn't do this. You should dress Radha Krishna opulently with a crown, a mukut. Radha should have a crown, she's a queen. And this and that. He got really angry. So because of that, this is what that devotee is saying. Well, you have your personal murti. That's the whole idea of having personal murti. To worship him like you want to, according to your own bhav and your own love. If you're going to worship according to ISKCON or some formal program, you just go to the temple and worship that, or worship that way. But deity worship should be based on bhav. There's no bhav why worship to begin with. You just have a picture. Of your food to a picture, that's fine. But if you have bhav, you have personal feelings of love for Krishna, you're going to worship. What are you going to worship with? You're going to worship Radha Krishna with those feelings and bhav. If you don't have bhav, don't get a murti. Picture's fine. It's called Chitra Murti. But if you have feelings, you want to worship Krishna like a person, and treat him like a person. You're going to buy one person, they're going to buy an AC for their house. So they bought AC for Thakurji's room. I said, what about your bedroom? No, we don't have much money. First, we had enough money to buy AC. First, you go to Krishna. I said, that's good. That's bhakti. So everybody sleeps in the temple room. Till they get more money. Everybody sleeps with Krishna. Somebody bought me a heater to keep me warm in last 2020. I never had a heater before. In the winter, some electric heater. I put in tea in Giriraj's room. They came and said, where's the heater? I said, it's in there. And why? He said, it should be in your room, in your bed, keep warm at night. No, why do I care about that? I never used one before, keep it in there. So they went out and bought another one, came back with another one. I said, okay. So I gave them both away. I have one upstairs, I put it upstairs, I'm going to give that away. So Giriraj is cold, I'm cold. Now I've got a bunch of blankets. I have a lot of blankets, he has a lot of blankets. So so Krishna's first. So don't pay attention. Because just be fixing your bow. Don't listen, just see no evil, hear no evil. There's a phrase, three monkeys, three monkeys, statues of monkeys. One monkey's going like this. One monkey's going like this. One monkey's going like this. Little statues of monkeys. You can buy them, in little stores and stuff. They're funny looking monkeys. And one monkey's going like this. Another monkey's going. Another monkey's going like this. So, what is evil? So it means don't see evil, don't speak evil, don't listen to evil. Evil is anything that goes against your bhav. Anything that goes against your bhav, or your Guru Bhakti, or your Krishna Bhakti, that's evil. Don't listen to it, don't see it, don't speak it. Thank you. Anything else you want to tell me? Okay, good. Yes, just do an Indian thing. What's the Indian thing? You say yes, 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 and do whatever the hell you want to do. So I'm leaving on Friday. This is Monday. We have my kurtas ready? Yeah, we're ready. Ready, no problem. My cholis ready? Yeah, 50 cholis ready. Which 50, Red, green, blue, purple, So, okay, and then you come Thursday. You got the cholis ready? Yeah, totally ready Friday. Relax. So you come Friday morning. Are you ready? Oh, sorry, They'll be ready Saturday. Well, my flight's Friday. Well, I'll ship them to you. This is life. So I say yes, 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 and do whatever you want. This is standard. This is how employees work in India. The boss comes in the office in the morning. So today, I expect you to do this, this, and this. Yes, 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 yes. At the end of the day, he comes back. So what did you do? I gave you 10 things to do. I did one. One? Well, this happened. There's 2 rules that work in India. You know 2 rules? Listen, you say yes, yes, yes to everything, and that's one rule you live by. And the second rule is, it's easier to get forgiven than it is to get permission. It's easier to get forgiven than it is to attain permission. So you tell the boss, you say, look, I need to take the afternoon off. Is it okay? No, you have to work all day till 8 o'clock tonight. Okay. So at lunchtime, you don't come back to work. You come next day. Where are you? You come back. Oh, sorry, my wife got pregnant. I run over. Please forgive me. Okay, I forgive you. Get back to work. You had to work all day. Yeah, no problem. Say yes, 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 everything. It's easier to get forgiven than religion. Disciples do it all the time. I've experienced. Did you just, what? This, okay, what to do, It's voluntary, not getting paid, Service is voluntary. Just take what you get,
And is related to that.
Okay.
She asked, because she went to Mayapur and see this Radha Madhava with all the Astasakis. And the devotees say to her that Lakshmi Narayana are accepting the worshipping. So she doesn't understand how it's possible that Astasaki and Radha Madhava, that is Lakshmi Narayana who accept the worship and not Radha and Krishna.
These are like insane questions. There's a certain class of questions that come under the insane question category. So this insane question for today is, there's deeds of Radha, Krishna, and Astasakis, and someone said that we're worshiping them, the worship is accepted by Lakshmi Narayan.
Yes.
That's a crazy thing, I don't know. I don't think, you asked Johnny about that, he's not going to agree with that. He said, I'm worshiping Radharani and Madhav. Janani was the head majority since the beginning of the Murtis there. And I know, I ate lunch with him every day for 10 years, every summer. Pankajangri and Janani was. And he's worshiping Sakshat Radharani and Sakshat Krishna. And that's the bhav he has, and that's the mood he has, and that's the truth. So he's not worshiping them as Lakshmi Narayan or in the mood of Lakshmi Narayan at all. People like opulence, that's the problem. People don't like simplicity. Prabhupada says, simple living, high thinking. Vrindavan is the most simple life. Most simple life. It's so simple and so natural, people can't understand it. Because they have no experience of such simplicity or such natural flow of love. They're nervous about it. They're afraid of it. It's too natural. It's too loving, it's too natural. It can't be true, it can't be real. I'm afraid of it. They run to Vaikuntha. Okay. Yes.
My question is, what's the difference between depending on Guru Kripa and Krishna Kripa and giving up responsibility?
What's the difference? There's two questions.
No, what's the difference between depending on Kripa and giving up responsibility?
Giving up our duty.
Yeah, okay, I got it. What's the difference between depending on Kripa and giving up our responsibilities?
Where is this border? Where is this line?
Where's the line where you can give up responsibilities? That's a verse in 11th canto of Bhagavatam. Devarshi Bhutatan Rinam. It says, there's a verse, Narada Muni is speaking, or Krishna's who's speaking the verse, 11th canto. It says we have so many debts and so many responsibilities. By Prabhu Vishnu, what's the last line?
Sarvatmana ya sharanam sharanam gato mukundam pariharta kartam.
Sarvatmana, if you're completely surrendered to Vishnu, you can give up all responsibilities. So Narada Muni speaking. Well, that's Narada Muni. Chaktvasadharma. There's two verses. That's 11th canto also, or 7th canto? Chaktvasadharma.
And this is 11th canto.
Yeah, 7th, 11th canto, the same concept there. The degree to which you surrender to Guru and Krishna is how much you give all responsibilities. So what's the line? The line is how much are you surrendered? Because if you're serving Krishna, you don't have to do anything for anybody. Krishna says in Gita 1866, Sarva Dharman Pratyaja Mamekam Sharanam Vraja. You surrender to Krishna, all your dharmas are finished. Dharma means responsibility, means duties. Dharma means duties to mother, father, society, cows, everything. You're just chanting Hare Krishna, serving Krishna Guru, chalega. But can you do it? We're bound by emotions. Because it may be too painful to surrender that. We're not that surrendered to be that, because it sounds, on material level, it's cold-hearted. Basically, that's the ideal situation, be totally surrendered and you're free from all responsibilities. But we're not there. So we're not at that level of totally surrendered, free from all responsibilities. So therefore we have to accept responsibilities as mercy of Krishna. This is Krishna's mercy that I had to take care of my aging mother. There's no one for her. Because Jiva Hinsa means violence to other living entities. So if you don't take care of your mother, then it can be considered violence to your mother. Jiva Hinsa. So that becomes a sin. So it's very entangling. But if you're fully surrendered to Krishna, then you're free. Like Prabhupada didn't marry his daughter. He had a daughter he didn't marry, he ran away from home. And when he left, he said, Krishna ought to take care. I'm giving up this family life. They had 5 children. Leela Amrita says 4, but he had 5. People in Mayapur know the 5 children also. So he had 5, and he had 1 daughter or 2 daughters. He didn't marry them, but he left to take sannyas and preach Krishna Bhakti. So Krishna took care. So he didn't get any reaction for that. But it's interesting to note, in Prabhupada's will, he left money for his family. He left money for his, ISKCON gave money to his sons and wife until they died. So that's responsibility. Prabhupada built a successful society. He made his will, and he left monthly payments to his wife, former wife, and children for their whole life. ISKCON paid the money. So that's nice. The best thing is to do your bhakti and take your responsibilities both. This is a safe way. You can't imitate a level we're not on. We have to live the reality of the level we're on and carry on. Everything will be arranged, because some lifetime you won't have mother and father to worry about, or won't have all these responsibilities. When that time comes, then you can surrender. But you can't surrender to that level. You can only surrender to the level of your adhikar, your qualification. How much are we surrendered to Krishna? That's how much we can avoid responsibilities. Surrender means you're not affected. Not affected by, because your surrender means the presence of Krishna is always in your mind and heart. So the emotional position or suffering of other people doesn't affect you. Your mother relatives will be suffering, but you're not affected because you're absorbed in Krishna Bhakti. But if it's affecting you, it means you're not surrendered to Krishna. So you should deal with it. Most people will be affected, especially women are more sensitive and emotional. Men are more cold-hearted by nature. So like I had 3 brothers, I was the youngest one, so I had a responsibility for parents. My older brother took care of everything. He also got all the inheritance also. Okay, enjoy it. I don't need it, I'm doing okay. Krishna's taking care of me. My father's taking care of me. My father took care of my brother, my father took care of me, my father's Krishna. So it's the individual, there's philosophy to support it. There's no karmic reaction for neglecting it. If it's for bhakti, you're just neglecting it to party. You know, you're having a good time, your mother's suffering, you get a reaction for that. If you're ignoring family members to do pure bhakti 24/7, Krishna will adjust everything. He'll take care of you, make arrangements also. Like sometimes people can be in a position of doing bhakti and they have to go somewhere to take care of their parents. They can pray to Krishna, Krishna, can you please make some arrangement? I don't want to leave my seva, I don't want to leave Vrindavan. My mother needs my help, please do something. So then you get a call, your uncle gave a bunch of money, so we hired a nurse. Nurse is living in the house taking care of your mother. Hey, great. Jai Shri Krishna. This is the result of being surrendered. Krishna works miracles with his devotee. He's Bhakti-Vatsal. He loves his devotees. But Krishna, why should I leave Braj? I'm in the service of Guru and Krishna in Vrindavan. I had to go to Russia and change my mother's diapers. The old people wear diapers also, you know. They can't control, the urine. So you have to change the diapers of your 80-year-old mother. Why? Because she changed your diapers. Your turn. What goes around comes around. But if you're really surrendered, that's the proof that you're surrendered. You can, Krishna, look, you got 10 days to do something. If I had to go, if something doesn't happen, I have to leave in 10 days. So go to Radha, go to Gaudiya Vaisnava, go to Banki Hari, go all the powerful deities, Vrindavan. Please let me stay in Vrindavan, let me do seva, let me go. And they get a call. Oh, this, that, the other thing. Your brother's going to come and stay with your mother, and he's going to work from there, and this and that, and any kind of arrangement can be made. That's faith. But if it doesn't happen, then you have to rise to the occasion, do your duty. Otherwise, you got to pay the price of karma next life. You're absolutely surrendered. There's no karma. You're free. You're a free agent. Jaya Jaya Sri Radhe. Now what time is it?
10 more minutes.
10 more minutes.
Or 5 minutes. Sorry.
5 more minutes.
5 minutes.
Question?
Yeah.
Baba.
The last question which was asked, I was thinking about a lot of things that were allowed. Right? I just wanted to ask, if let's say that we are too much into devotion, we love God so much, and there are some set of things that we are doing, but at the same time, we are supposed to take care of our parents also, right? So,
Yeah.
How that is that not there should be a balance between I didn't really get the point totally.
There's more elaboration on taking responsibilities and duties versus pure bhakti. When do duties cease? That's the whole teaching of the gopis. Checked what was that verse? They gave up their dharma and pleasure. Ya Jusijam Ayapatan Chitran Chibit Bejur Mukundam Padavin Shukiri Rigyam. There's a verse that describes the gopis. They gave up everything for Krishna. So the same point is there. If you're not fully surrendered to Krishna, if you're married, it means you're not fully surrendered to Krishna. You still have to take care of your wife. If you're alone, you have nothing in your way. It's just you and Krishna. But if you're married, it's you, Krishna, and your wife. She's part of your life. You have to serve her, have to take care of her. That's your duty. You can't say, I'm chanting Hare Krishna, I'm not doing my duty. Then that's sin. Arjuna was a fighter because Krishna didn't tell him to sit down and chant Hare Krishna. He said, tell us about Suresh Yujacha, Mamanusma Yujacha. Fight, but remember me. So you do your duty, but remember Krishna. That's the teaching of Gita, the teaching of Arjuna. Satsang Swaja Kali, all places, all times, do your duty and chant Krishna. Because he was a married guy, he was a husband of Draupadi, and brother of Pandu was a Kshatriya, a ruler, a king. He had duties, he couldn't get those out, that would be a dharma. So his example is do your dharma and be Krishna conscious too. So if you go to take care of your mother, for example, you're saying maintain your Krishna consciousness. You don't become Maya. You go to Russia, you go to Maya. Can go, may go, but shouldn't go. And wherever you go, your consciousness goes with you. Like probably gave an analogy of a dancer can dance anywhere. Like if someone's a good dancer, you can go to a restaurant, take the tablecloth off and say, get on the table, dance. So we get on the table, dance. You dance on the table in the restaurant because you're a professional dancer. So Prabhupada to get an analogy also said, a good dancer can dance anywhere, even on the tabletop at a restaurant. So a good devotee will be Krishna Bhakti everywhere, wherever he or she goes. She'll carry Bhakti with her. Her mother will start chanting and dancing. So you have to do your duty. You're married. If you're independent, you're a brahmachari, then your whole life is Krishna, 24/7. Brahmachari, their life is Krishna, there's nothing else. Single man, single lady, Krishna all day long, all night long. Nothing more to do. Well, because everyone has a heart, and in the heart is the Paramatma. And Paramatma speaks every single jiva. So you know what you're supposed to do, and you have to do it. You can't neglect your duty. So when you're in a situation, your heart's telling you have to do this. You say, no, I want to chant Krishna. But your heart's telling you have to do it. That means Krishna's ordering you to do it. The inner voice is Krishna's voice. But you say, Krishna, I'm following, I'm going to be fully devoted to you, I don't want to do any stuff. Okay, so then you shouldn't get any inspiration to go there. You shouldn't get any inspiration to do other things. But the inspiration coming from the message coming from the heart, you should be there, you should do it. And your sankalpa vikalpa, your mind saying accept it, reject it, I should go or not go, I should go or not go. It means you're disturbed by it, you're not Krishna conscious. So that proves it because you're disturbed by the change of scene and change in environment, means you're not Krishna conscious. Krishna conscious, I don't care, I'm staying with Krishna. My father was dying, my brother sent me, he called me, I was sending you a ticket, I'll come there. I said, what good is me going there? You're there. I told him, I said, if I go there, I'll put neck beads on, I'll do this and that, I'll do different things, I'll get Ganga water, sprinkle on. So I told him, get all this stuff from the temple, because he lived near the temple, and do what I'll tell you what I would do if I was there. So he said, I can't do this stuff, Dad, but I'll do it myself. I'll make all these arrangements when I'm going to die. He started wearing neck beads. He got real serious about the things I was saying. But I didn't go. I said, I'm not going. I'm not leaving up Vrindavan. After lifetimes and lifetimes, I got Rajavas. I'm Indian citizen. And I don't, it's your responsibility. You're the oldest son. I'm just a little kid. All glories to Dad, but bye-bye, Dad. I'll pray for him from here. So he went where he went. I'm now leaving Radha Kunda for my father. But I want to go forward fast gear to Radha Krishna. This is all my karmic baggage. Now it's all gone. Straight away. Boom. motorway, Germany. Whoa, we'll fly super fast. 300 kilometers an hour they go. The guys go crazy over there. 300 kilometers an hour, 350 or something like that. The big fast cars, BMW or something. Here we go, 55, 70 kilometers, super fast. So that's good. So some life, someday we'll be on the straightaway where we can go super fast to Krishna. Just go as fast as you can now and wait for that time. Everyone has a different destiny and a different path, and you have to follow your path. Make sure you don't create more new paths. Act in such a way you don't make new tracks. You have to come back again. Responsibilities are a very delicate thing to understand. It takes a lot of introspection, but surrender. But if you surrender, you'll feel the presence of Krishna in your life, and he'll be speaking to you in your heart. This is okay what you're doing. It's perfect. You'll feel peaceful in your heart. You won't feel agitated or disturbed. You're agitated or disturbed, it means your proposal is not being accepted by Krishna. He's disturbing your mind and heart with these interests and these distractions of karma and family because you're not ready, you're not fully surrendered and ready to give them up. So you have to deal with them, otherwise you have to pay the price next life. And it's called Pitri dosh, Mata dosh, Duhitra dosh. It's faults of neglecting your sister, neglecting your mother. It shows up in your chart also. Problem of the fourth house and everything. Different things. Or if you read the chart, you go to Jyotish, you read your chart, you say you have problems with your mother. How do you know? It's from last life, it's coming in this life. So this karma thing is a very dangerous, delicate matter. Krishna can take all karma. Karmani dirati can't do bhakti bhajan. What kind of bhakti bhajan are we doing? We're doing bhakti bhojan. not bhakti bhajan. Deep fried pakoras, chutney, pizza, ice cream, Baskin Robbins, 27 flavors. Okay. This is yoga. This demands high consciousness, deep meditation, surrender. Jaya Jaya Sri Radhe.